Hey guys, welcome to Kids Kingdom Sunday School. I'm really happy you're here with us this week. I'm Miss Sarah, and I am just really glad that you're here. I want to know if you guys remember this month's faith word. I'm going to tell you what it means and see if you remember it. It means to be curious and explore the mystery of God. Do you remember? It's wonder. I love this month's word. I love to wonder and think about the mystery of God. There's so much we don't know about God and so much to discover and to be curious about. And that's why I love our word this month. And I also think this month's story is a pretty neat one. It doesn't really surprise Jesus what happens in the story because nothing really surprises Jesus, but something happens in the story that the story says that it impresses Jesus. So let's check it out. It's found in Luke chapter 7, verses 1 through 10. And we're reading it from the Common English Bible. And here's what it says. After Jesus finished presenting all his words among the people, he entered Capernaum. A centurion had a servant who was important to him, very important to him. The servant was ill and about to die. The centurion heard about Jesus, and he sent some Jewish elders to ask Jesus to come and heal his servant. When they came to Jesus, they earnestly pleaded with Jesus. He deserves to have you do this for him, they said. He loves our people, and he built our synagogue for us. Jesus went with them, and he almost reached the house when the centurion sent some friends to Jesus. Lord, don't be bothered. I don't deserve to have you come under my roof, they said on his behalf. In fact, I don't even consider myself worthy to come to you. Just say the word, and my servant will be healed. I am also a man appointed under authority, with soldiers under me. I say to one, go, and he goes, to another, come, and he comes, to my servant, do this, and he does it. When Jesus heard these words, he was impressed with the centurion. He turned to the crowd and said, I tell you, even in Israel, I haven't found faith like this. When the centurion's friends returned to his house, they found the servant restored to health. That's our story. So let's look at it. Let's investigate it. Who's in our story? Who's involved in our story? So, of course, we have Jesus. We have the centurion. We have his ill servant. And we have some other people that the centurion knew. The story specifically talked about some Jewish elders and some of his friends. So, before we get any further, let's talk about, do we know what a centurion is? A centurion is a Roman soldier who was in charge of 100 other soldiers. So he was like the captain of 100 other soldiers. So what do we know about this specific centurion? He seems to be liked by the people, both the Jewish people and the other people that he was friends with. The Jewish people went to Jesus on his behalf and said, can you help this man? He helped us. He helped us build our synagogue. So this was uncommon because a lot of times the Romans and the Jewish people did not get along. The Jewish people were not often treated well by the Romans, but this centurion seemed to be thought of highly by the Jewish people. We also know that he was compassionate and he was very concerned for this servant of his. The role of the centurion in these times carried a lot of power, and the people really looked up to centurions. It was an impressive role in and of itself. Just being a centurion was looked at very favorably. It was looked at highly. And centurions were used to being in control of things. They were used to being able to take care of situations, handle situations. Being not able to fix this situation with the servant probably was difficult for the centurion. He found himself in this spot where he couldn't do anything about it. So there was something that he does here that's really awesome. He asks Jesus for help. And he could have done that in a lot of ways. But what does he do? He doesn't show off by sending all of his soldiers to go get Jesus and do a fancy display or bring Jesus forcibly to his house. He could have done that, or he could have sent Jesus a lot of money and said, I'll give you all this money if you help my servant. Instead, he just simply asks Jesus for help. First, he sends the Jewish elders and says, hey, can you help this man who we know that's a centurion? He's helped us. And then he says he even doesn't even ask for help himself. At one point, he has his friends go out and say, "Hey, the centurion doesn't even feel worthy to have you come in his house. He just wants you to say the word. He knows that his servant will be healed." He even says, "If you just say the word, I know it'll happen." And Jesus' response was that he was impressed by this man's faith. The story we read even says Jesus was impressed. It's not that the centurion amazed Jesus by what he could do. In fact, the centurion didn't try to impress Jesus at all. The centurion amazed Jesus and impressed Jesus by asking for help and having faith that Jesus would help him when he asked for help. And the good news is that we can do the same thing that the centurion did. We don't need to try to impress God. We don't need to do fancy things. All we need to do is ask God for help when we need it and believe that God's going to help us. That's what the centurion did. We can trust that when we ask God, it's enough. We don't need to do something special or act in a certain way for God to hear us. We just need to trust and ask and believe. And that's what the centurion did. The centurion believed that Jesus would help his servant. The centurion knew that Jesus could help his servant. And the centurion trusted that if he asked Jesus, he would do it. And that's what happened. And that's what we need to do. When we need help, we can just go to Jesus and ask. So we're going to say a prayer together, guys. This is a repeat after me prayer. So I'm going to say a line of the prayer, and then I'm going to pause for a second. You guys can repeat after me. And this prayer is going to help us to remember that we can do the same thing. We just need to ask God for help. We don't have to do anything else but ask. So will you guys pray with me? Dear God, please help us to trust that we do not need to show off or be special to be heard by you or to be loved by you. We just have to come to you. Thank you for loving us just as we are. Amen. So our memory verse for this month is found in Luke 5:26, and it says, "All the people were beside themselves with wonder. Filled with awe, they glorified God, saying, 'We've seen unimaginable things today.'" So I had to look at my paper a little bit. I don't have this one down yet. So maybe you guys do. Maybe you guys need to practice a little bit more, just like me. So keep practicing that memory verse and we'll have it down in no time. I hope you guys keep working on it. I'm going to keep working on it. And in the meantime, we are also continuing to work on our diaper collection. We have been doing so awesome with this. You guys, we have collected over 60 packages of diapers for our diaper drive. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so proud of our church. It's awesome. We are in need of sizes 5 and 6. I talked to the Hope Clinic, which is where our diaper donations are going, and they said, "We are so thankful for you guys donating diapers. We are in desperate need of sizes 5 and 6 diapers. So if you are planning to donate diapers and you haven't picked those up yet, the Hope Clinic can use sizes 5 and 6 for their diaper closet. So if you would like to donate those, you can bring those to church anytime the church is open, Monday through Thursday. 9 to 3 are the office hours. They're also open on Wednesday evenings. And of course, Sunday mornings we're open. Sunday, February 27th, after both services, we're going to take about 20 to 30 minutes to put together some diaper kits that are going to be ready to go for the Hope Clinic to just hand out. That's about 12 diapers and a small portion of wipes in each of those kits. So we're going to pack those up for them up on the 300 level in room 311. So if you are going to be in church in person that day, we would love to have you help us pack up those kits. Again, that is February 27th after both services on the 300 level in room 311. That's all for us today. I hope to see you guys next time. Have a great week. Bye.